Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? This is Eric here for Fasting Human. So basically, today is gonna be at 2 p.m. my 48-hour mark. So I'm gonna come over and talk to you a little bit about, what's going on and what I've been doing so far. I mean, try to stay as busy as possible when I'm going through this 72-hour fasting. So for anyone who is for the first time, this video is basically about 72-hour fast. And for anyone who's have any questions, don't hesitate to message me, comment below, and that way I can be able to, connect, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I'll be able to connect with you and be able to, give you more in detail, more intake on what goes on while you're going through this process. So for anyone who is, pretty much going through this phase with me right now, I'm pretty sure, hopefully, if you're doing in the middle of the week, 72 hours, hey, Love Carve Makes, how you doing? Thank you for joining. So basically, it is this process in which you kind of learn about, how to maintain this whole ketosis, heavy ketosis, autophagy. So going to this 48 mark, I already know that my body is going through significant changes and the benefits are there. I have come to see, people that have told me that, the first 40 hours is the toughest. For me, kind of sort of, since I already have gone through over those 48 hours in the past, I think it's, becomes an easy breezy for me, because I only do it once a month. But the fact that I have practiced OMAD, which is 1 meal a day, it kind of helps out big time because I can sort of like pass by that 1 meal a day and just not even thinking about it and just kind of going over. So for anyone who has done 72-hour fasting with me, I can tell you I'm good. I did a very not necessarily heavy workout, but I did enough of resistance training that kind of sort of pushing a little bit the boundary. Because a lot of people take it easy with the weight training. I think it was easy. I don't think it was hard. I did push a little bit on the 5th set of my training. I always right now, since I'm creating a program and working on the numbers and see where I am, I noticed a huge difference of where my strength is at. The energy is still pretty much about the same. Obviously, because now it has transitioned from on that autophagy, it has transitioned on the heavy ketosis. So I want to give you a little bit indicator here with the Life Omic app. For anyone who follows me on the Life Omic app, just want to give you a little bit of what goes on. I mean, 1:59 p.m. this afternoon, definitely my 40 hours is gonna hit the spot. So ketosis, heavy ketosis, recycling, which is autophagy. One of the things I can tell you is that's where you're getting those benefits at that point of 48 hours. Like I said before, for anyone who is going through this kind of sort of process of feeling the hunger wave, or for the first time feeling the hunger waves on the 48 hours, it is normal. Once again, I mean, you have that water, you have the black coffee, you have your green tea, which I suggest matcha or matcha tea. So those little things that can make a huge difference in the long term, because I know that 48-hour mark is the transition to the last day, which is tomorrow for me at 2 p.m. in order to get the most out of it. So I just want to say that this process has led me to be more self-aware, more mindful. I just, a lot of things in my thoughts and the things that is going through my head are becoming much more of a awakening to be more mindful of the food that I put into my body. I mean, trust me, I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to imply that I have this amazing nutrition plan or following a particular nutrition plan. But I think I kind of sort of lean towards, my lower my carbohydrate intake as much as I can. And so it's the same thing with the sugar intake that comes along with we eating on my regular days, like OMAD or the Intermittent Fasting 16A. I think that, we all have all these kind of sort of questions, and we all have all these things. The reason why I create this IGTV is because, it makes it easier for anyone who is like struggling, that let you know that, it's going to be that process. I remember when I first did my first 24 hours, my first 48 hours, I decided to go and get a sandwich because for some reason I was really hungry, and I decided I was gonna eat, but I eat too late. One of the things I learned about that eating too late is like it was gonna have these consequences by eating too late. It's gonna have these consequences by you not putting the right stuff when it comes down to eating, and making sure that you're having the right stuff. One of the things that I can tell you that I have noticed, I slept really well last night. One of the things that I feel, what's up, Carlos? How you doing? So one of the things that I feel that makes a huge difference in regards of the sleeping patterns is because your energy is going to be a little bit up, by the time you wake up in the morning. Maybe you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, maybe you wake up at 6 o'clock, but then, your energy intake, your energy levels are huge difference. I notice a huge difference when it comes down to, as far as, building muscle and, building strength, and that's because your sleep patterns. It's a huge benefit when you are sleeping those 7 to 8 hours. I think that the more that you practice these, this intermittent fasting, these OMAD sleeping patterns, better choices of what you're gonna eat, that is gonna make a huge difference in the long term. And that's why, having a little bit of my journey put into the podcast and putting it together on the YouTube and IGTV is because I just want to make sure that I'm giving you what I can in regards of information that can be helpful for those that are brand new. I'm in my 40s, I'm 44 years old, and I know that I'm looking for those elements that is in the long term of the practicing intermittent fasting. I know there's much more to it. I haven't yet tapped the past the 5 days of fasting, but I think that whether, I don't know if you're in your 20s and 30s, can be very, very beneficial, because in the long term you are avoiding so many other issues that can, like chronic diseases that can, hold you back as far as, your health and your longevity and many other factors that, that I think that, by doing this practice, exercise, staying really busy, focusing on the things that you really, really want to do. I know I'm pretty sure you have a job and you're working on that job. And one of the things that I'm going to talk about on Facebook, which I have a different group on Facebook, a different channel on Facebook, is that it's the opportunities that you can get out of by you're not so focusing on being stressed out by eating. This stress hormones that I had in the past, I'm talking about 2017, before 2017, it was really taking a toll on me, because you're stressing out on just thinking about eating every minute of the minute, from breakfast to snacks, lunch to snacks, and everything else in between. You didn't have a break. You're not giving your body a break. And this is, for me, this is the moment of giving my body a break. I'm on the 48-hour mark of doing intermittent fasting. Now, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate. I'm here to help you out. What it comes down to is that if I create this content, is because I want to make sure that you get the most out of it by my own experience. Then if you can utilize it and create your own, niche of how it's going to work for you, even better, because everybody's different, schedules are different. Maybe you have a family, maybe you not have a family. But what it comes down to is that the experience you're going to get out of it by knowing that you're doing a great thing for your body in the long term. Once again, we're going to talk about long-term commitment in regards of the choices that we make now. So for me, once again, it's not about losing weight. I already know that I don't have to lose any more weight. For me, it's a balance of maintaining a healthy digestion system, a healthy mindset, a healthy patterns of that I'm gonna acquire out of doing this prolonged fasting with ketosis, autophagy, knowing that I'm preventing these chronic diseases from flourishing in my body. I mean, obviously, if you're gaining weight, that's one of the reasons why 99.9% of people are having these problems in your immunity system. You're protecting your immunity system by doing something that is just pretty simple. There's no money out of your pocket. There's nothing that you don't have to do any fancy stuff. Literally, you can just start at home. I know there's quite a few people be asking me, what about working out? But when it comes to workouts, I think that from running, jogging, pull-ups, push-ups, and everything else that you can possibly do on your own, you don't need a fancy gym equipment. But if right now you're trying to get those things done, running, push-ups, pull-ups, little things like that can little by little start acquiring more and more and more. So with that said, guys, it's 1 o'clock. I just wanted to come over and kind of give you the 48-hour mark of my intermittent fasting protocol, actually my prolonged fasting protocol. So if you're interested, I will be at Coach Eric P. Fast on Facebook, and so that way I'm going to be having a little bit of more in depth onto mindset. And so I just wanted to give you a little take of what goes on right now on the 48-hour mark of my prolonged fasting, 72-hour fasting. So feel good. I feel amazing. I feel lean. I don't feel that I haven't put anything else. But one of the things I want to tell you guys, thank you so much for those that are subscribing onto my channel and Apple Podcasts. So as YouTube, and thank you so much. It makes a huge difference because you're sharing and you are connecting through those other channels that I have. Thank you so much for the reviews. I really appreciate it. It makes a huge difference for me as a great content creator. Talk to you guys. Bye bye. Hey, what's up? How you doing? This is Eric here for Coach Eric P. So I'm gonna jump in very quick, and then I'm gonna be able to share onto my regular page, and I'll be able to share that. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna jump in very quick, and then I'm gonna be able to share onto my regular page. Give me 1 second, guys, and I'll be able to. One of the ways that anybody wants to join us, so that way they can be able to. Just want to make sure. So give me a few seconds and I'll be able to start this live broadcast. All right, cool. So let me start. Yesterday, I decided to come in live and be able to talk to you a little bit about the coaching opportunity and give you a little bit intake for what it's all about and what I think it can do for you. But I just want to say, like I said before, I'm looking forward to work as a team. I'm looking forward to create a team. I don't have a team right now. In building everything from scratch, everything that I want to do, and writing my goals. I think the most important thing is writing your goals and creating things that you never, physically is gonna appear to you unless you start writing your goals. And that's one of the things I've been doing. I've been writing a lot of my goals, like the house that I want to buy, the trips that I want to take, the places I want to be, the many things that I want to do. And one of the things I learned from a lot of the speakers and people that have what they have is because they have take action. And when I say it on these live broadcasts is that I say motivation is flaky. And the reason we say this for anyone who is watching this, yes it is, but I mean you have to motivate yourself in a way that you never have because you got to put that action. You have to put all that effort, hard work, you name it. I mean, I have worked, once again, I have worked for a different company. I have gone above and beyond to be able to work, six days out of the week, 7 days out of the week, and put all this effort, all this time. It for me was a way of being able to be more disciplined. But then at the same time, I needed to work on myself. I needed to work 10 times harder than what I was working in somebody else's business. So I needed to work on myself much more, because that's going to be the difference on what is going to take me to the next level. Because I know for a fact that it's not going to take just working a job, because a job is a job, and you're working on a 9 to 5 job, and you do what you need to do, and then you're going to move on. To me, I think that the importance to know that you have these goals is, I've been taking action, with my podcast, on the YouTube channel, on creating streaming, on the streaming. A lot of people have been asking me, hey, how do you do the streaming? How do you do those, video games and stuff like that? Something that I had no necessarily clue or idea how to do it, but eventually kind of like digging in, looking into stuff, checking it out, what makes money, what doesn't make money, what is it worth my investment, is it worth my time, is it worth my what I need in order to provide that content, in order to create that content. And so I think that you can get all motivated and pumped, but if you're not taking action, if you're not willing to practice or willing to learn something new, then you're gonna get stuck. I think one of the things that I say to people that that follow me, and people that actually listen to what I have to say, is that I know that it's not an easy route. For so many people, it is hard, especially with working out, right? You're looking at me working out, and you're like, man, how do he does that? It's become a discipline. I decided that I was not gonna take a no for an answer. I decided that if I want to get a better body, I need to go a different level, right? You're trying to get into that mindset where your body is just a vehicle, and so since it is a vehicle, you need to make sure it's performing to its best peak. So your vehicle, right? You have a car. You want to make sure you have the oil. You want to have the parts. You want to have everything set for your car. But if the driver is all messed up, at the end of the day, what is all the point of you continue driving and your body is not to the optimal human performance? And so I say to myself, look, okay, you know what, I have so many issues, I have so many problems, but if I continue focusing on those issues and the problems, I'm not gonna get nothing done. So let me focus on what I can get done. Like, okay, so I write down a bunch of stuff that I need to do. I take action. I'm going to spend a great quality time with my family this weekend. So I'm looking forward to increase that potential. I'm looking forward to increase that mindset, because once again, motivation is flaky, and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm ready, I'm pumped. But then there's a lot of actions, there's a lot of things that you need to be write down, trips, goals, your calendar. Write down everything. Put everything that you were thinking about the day. What is your day? For example, for my day, I make my bed every single day. I'm making sure that it's nice and neat. Everything is like pillows are nice and pretty in the bed. Everything looks so good, just to make sure that I created a task that was so small. It was so small that I say, okay, you know what? It's done. I don't thinking about making my bed, so that's done. The dishes, the laundry, the all the stuff that comes, that are so minimal that you might think it's not a lot, and you're thinking you're creating a task. You're creating every single task that you do is gonna give you the advantage to know that you can be able to do more and more and more and more. So literally my workout was gonna be about an hour, right? But for some reason, kind of extended a little bit longer. I wasn't planning to, but I did it. I'm gonna just gonna get it done, get it out of the way. Plus, I'm in a 72-hour fast, which I'm kind of sort of like promoting it through my podcast, through Instagram, and through Facebook. And so one of the things that I can tell you is that when you are creating all this stuff, you don't know what kind of doors are going to open for you. You know, when I first started doing podcasts, I didn't know where I was going with this podcast, and I was like, man, who's going to listen to me? But it's been almost 2 years, and excited to tell you that, you know, the UK is listening, Canada's listening, what other countries? Australia. You know, I haven't hit the Spanish market because normally I do it in English, right? So, but the importance to where we are going with this is the fact that, you know, that it's not just that motivation, it's just the part of action, commitment, be committed to, you know, to your health. And that's one of the reasons why I offer the opportunity for some people, because I know a lot of people watch my videos, they check out the videos, and they look at it and like, you know, this guy is up to something. But yet, you know, I mean, you know, I can only show you what I can do. The rest of it's on you. The rest of it's just you creating that practice, creating your own niche, creating what works for you versus now what doesn't work for you. And so sometimes I used to think, oh man, this is a waste of my time. Why even bother? But the reality is that I want to be accountable for myself. I wanted to like be accountable for, you know, like, sometimes there was days that I didn't want to work out. There was days that were like, oh my God, I don't want to work out. But knowing that I have a goal, right? I'm doing the Beachbody Classic, and I'm pumped that I want to do the Beachbody Classic. So the only thing that needs to be done is sign up. You need to sign up. And this is one of the things that I tell a lot of people about 5Ks or half marathons, full marathons. You know, sign up. You're not gonna know until you're in that starting line, and you're about to run, and you're about to get the most out of you. It's not all the runners around you, to be honest with you. It's the people that are just doing the same thing as you're doing, but they're on their own mind. They have to fight themselves, to push themselves to, you know, maybe fighting the clock, maybe fighting the age group, maybe just be overall number one. So motivation is a great thing, but it will dissipate if you don't take action. If you don't take action, Pasa Norbert Rosa Soto, thank you for joining. If you don't take action, what's the point? You know, so oh yeah, I'm pumped. But then remember, the action is not just one day. It's the following day. It's the third day. It's the fourth day. It's the fifth day, and they continue growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. You're moving into that traction of like, let's go. You know, so one thing I can tell you about me and the team that I'm willing to work with is that I'm not gonna try to BS you, not trying to motivate you. Yeah. It's about action. It's all about us working as a team to take action towards the goals that you're trying to get to. Because if you don't write it down, what's the point? What if you don't put it into paper, into physical, trying to manifest your goals and trying to get to your dreams and trying to be able to accomplish something? Hey, you know, back in 2010 when I was 220 pounds, I didn't have no clue. The only thing I used to do is mark the little box that I have finished the workout. I just put a little X and it was done. I was like, yay, I finished the workout. I did Insanity, yay. And I was in a group, and I was, you know, connecting with people, blah, blah, blah. It was a great thing, but I was not writing down much more than just marking a little box. I was not having a vision. When you have a vision, when you have action, when you have all these tools that can be part of you, it's gonna make a huge difference, because I know for a fact that that's what it has got me to where I am right now. I'm learning still more. I'm learning to become much more. I'm very physical. I'm a very physical person, and so when it comes down to be super emotional, I'm trying to hold back when it comes down to being emotional. But I'm learning how to be much more responsive as far as my language, as far as be able to express myself. And so hopefully this video gives you a little bit more an idea of where I'm going as far as getting you to become your best. And so for those that are looking forward to sign up for being part of Team Beachbody, let me know. You have to comment below. I'm gonna be coming here as much as I can as a coach RP. But if you're interested on checking it out, the live podcast and so on and so forth, just message me, and I'll give you the link for the podcast if you don't know what podcast is. But willing, and so it's a streaming. I'm down to kind of teach you about streaming. But look, the most important thing is action. Motivation is great, but it's flaky. It will disappear if you don't take action. That if you're not committed to it, it will disappear. So guys, talk to you guys later. I have to go. I have to do father's duties, and so hopefully you have an amazing day. Bye bye.